And we're on. Hey! Welcome to Faulkner Fixes All. Here's a little update. We're just trying to get some of the messy stuff done on this one before we do the live feed with all these travelers. I did promise a live feed. It's coming. But there's some things you just don't really want to do in your living room. So that's what we're doing today. This is a little update. It's the next day. We ran the heater for like 7 hours and it's about 54 degrees in here. Yeah, it's nice. This is a nice day. Okay, so we discovered more damage and I will show it to you. The seat post has some issues. The previous owners, not the guy I got it from, John didn't do any of this damage. He just got the bike and stored it. So he didn't do any of this stuff. The seat post clamp, if you look at it here, telltale sign, the clamp is supposed to be down on the frame about an 1/8 inch, a fat 1/8. You know, like these other bikes over here. Like this one here, you know, it's sticking up. And that one there. And over there. They're all, you know, the frame is actually sticking up a little bit. The clamp is down. And this space here is evident and correct. It's about a 1/4 inch. And when you go back over here, that space is all crunched up. This clamp is a nice chrome clamp that Traveler had, but it's compressed too much. And they've done it so many times, they've dimpled the seat post in various locations. That doesn't bug us too much. I believe there's a huge wasp nest inside of this. So we're going to undo this and take it out and take this clamp off because it's on wrong, or maybe we'll just reposition it real quick. But that's wrong. And once we know that there's no more mud dauber nest inside of this, and down in the crank area where I need to put the bearings, down in here when there's no more mud and rust and dust nest and a bunch of wasp stuff coming out of there, then I'll put the new cones in. Well, new to me cones, cleaned up Schwinn cones. Anyway, let's take this. I'm probably not going to use this seat anyway, but we're going to leave it on right now for leverage to get the post out. So I'm pretty sure this post will come out of here. Sometimes they don't, though. Oh, good. We probably should have sprayed that bolt with something, but we're okay. All right, so is this going to move? Oh, yeah, it's going to move. All right, so now we know this is loose. We're going to take this seat right off. Tighten this up just for a second. We'll take the seat off. Now that we know that's loose, we'll undo this seat binder. And we'll put this seat to the side. I don't know if we're going to use this or not. I mean, it is the original seat, but it's quite cracky. And, you know, that you could actually hurt yourself on that. We don't need that. And as I suspected, oh, look at the foam all melted in there. The foam had a rough day. Okay. As suspected, the top of the seat post is completely packed with mud. And that just didn't fly up from the fender, you know. This is a critter. This is a mud dauber going in here, a wasp, building a nest. And the stuff went down and it was probably stored on its side and it ruined that bearing for sure. Yes, wasps ruined the lower bearings in this bike. A mud wasp ruined Schwinn bearings. I know, it's messed up, but there it is. All right, so we can take this out or we can shove something in there. Let's just take this out real quick and then we'll clean it away from the area where we're going to put the bearings. That way no stuff falls back down in there. Let me get a little poker stick or something clever, like this old spoke. Here we go. Here's an old spoke. So we're going to take this out. Oh yeah, we might want to loosen that real quick. Yeah, we're going to loosen this bolt. Okay. And take this out. It's crunchy. Doesn't help that it's been compressed so many times by this clamp being up. See, if the clamp was down where it's supposed to be, it wouldn't have done all that. It wouldn't be nothing if you didn't start nothing, you know? Yeah. I probably should have left the seat on. But I wanted to show you guys what was happening with the mud nest. This should be an AS bolt too. Yeah, this is AS. That's good. Yeah, AS bolt. Arnold and Schwinn. Arnold was a very rich butcher in Chicago. And look, they even bent this. They tightened it so much. They over-tightened that clamp so much because it was probably moving, because they had it up off the frame. It wasn't doing anything. They tightened it so much. Oh, the things people do. I know you guys can see that, right? Yeah, looks like someone hit it with a hammer. Yeah, and it's galled there. They over-tightened this so much. All right, let's take that clamp off. Real quick, like. And there's mud in that too. Okay. And let's see if we can spread that open a little bit. Oh yeah, we'll spray something in there too. It should come right out. I mean, I could bolt the seat on it and get it to move really easily. But I just wanted to show you guys what was happening with the mud nest. It was kind of a trifecta, you know. The mud nest, the over-tightening, the crunching of the bolt. Oh yeah, it's just gonna come right out of there. Oh yeah, just come right out without bolting the seat back on, no problem. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna bolt the seat back on, or I'm gonna grab it with a pair of pliers, which is kind of a no-no. Scratch up the finish, you know. Okay, we got that out. And it's packed up in here. So we're gonna put that spoke down in there. Here it is right here. Yeah, this would have been a really nice post, but somebody over-tightened it so much, see? Several times. 1, 2. Well, if they over-tightened it there, then it was in an unsafe position already. Look at that. Yeah, somebody tall raised this up to an unsafe position, over-tightened it there, over-tightened it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 really hard. 7, 8. 8 or 9 times they over-tightened this and ruined this stem. Well, it didn't ruin it, but it didn't do it any good. Let's poke down and see what we get out of here. Okay. Isn't this fun? Bicycle archaeological stuff. Oh yeah. We got stuff coming out of there. Wow, a wasp could get through that hole. Incredible. Yeah, stuff's coming out. Okay, well, not bad. Okay, so now that I know no stuff is going to go down here anymore. There's a little crud in there. Now that I know no stuff is going to come slamming down into my brand new yummy bearings, well, new to me bearings I'm going to put in, I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're fine. Just wanted to make sure. There was so much wasp activity there that I wanted to make sure. Okay, so we got these. I cleaned them up pretty good. These aren't the ones that came out of the bike. You guys know what ones came out of the bike. These are fairly... There's some plating loss. They're not too bad. I'll tell you what, they're better than these other jokers. Yes, it's better than that one. That's not going to clean up. All right, let's quit messing around and pop these in. We got stuff to do. Quit moving the camera around. It's jostling the whole film. It's messing with the quality. There's probably a tool for this. I don't have it. Stuff did come down. Not much though. All right, let's grease it up. Let's put the bearings in. I cleaned up. Yeah, we're not using these. Yeah, we got some nice ones. I cleaned all up for you when you weren't looking. Cleaned this up. Yeah, I'm trying to do this messy stuff out here. So when I do the live feed in the living room, I won't be like pounding on stuff and flying wasp nests and grease. And, you know, I'm just trying to make it a little, I'm cheating a little. I'm the guy who has to clean up the living room afterwards, you know, and it's easy to clean up out here. You just sweep up, close the door, go inside. But, you know, when you destroy your living room, it's a different story. All right, so we're gonna put this in. Let's grease it. Put this down here for a second. Okay. You guys here? Good. Got most of the wasp stuff out of there. I think we're going to do okay. Red grease for a red bike. Look at that. That's incredible. Okay. Let's put some over on this side. Yeah, hope everyone's doing okay out there in YouTube land. A lot going on in the world. Just keep doing your thing, folks. You'll be fine. I'm doing my thing. This is what I do. I think I've been working on bikes since I was about 11. I think I've told people that before. Successfully when I was 12. But 11 I started working on bikes. And with limited success. Yeah, the school of uh-oh. All right, so we're gonna put this in. We got, this is dry, but once it's in there on all those, on all that stuff, it'll be fine. Chain side goes in. Okay, try not to glue everything up, which I just did. Bearing goes in. This is a better adjuster that I found in my parts collection. Yeah, none of that stuff was usable. You guys saw it. It was terrible. Yeah. A subscriber even commented, and I agree, it's rare to find Schwinn bearings all ruined and races. Usually they're really worn but serviceable. Like, you just need to clean them and adjust them, you know? Usually they just clean right up, you know? I'm trying to find the thread. There we go. Usually you just soak them and they clean up, and There's minimum wear. You replace a few bearings in the cage that look a little questionable. You just clean them really good. Or the inner race by the chain wheel is bad, but the rest is good. That takes a lot of... The race right by the gear here on the inside takes a lot of the wear and the load, because, you know, that's where the chain is driving. And in my opinion, that inner race that holds the gear on the cranks just takes more of a load than the other adjuster piece. So it is rare. I agree with the subscriber. He said, wow, you finally found some bearings that actually killed a 60-year-old Schwinn. Yeah, it put it out of commission. The bearings were toast. No one was riding this bike. If you can't pedal it, you know, if you can't pedal the bike, you're not going anywhere. All right, we'll wipe off some of that goo. That's good. We'll put this, now this goes on. I think I will run a little file. I always run a little file on that. I think I will. Just because it kind of messes with the plating, but you know, there's like a little ridge there, and if that's not perfect and nice, you could end up ruining this little washer, and I can feel it catching on the file. And we'll show you. It's not good for the plating. Yeah, it took a little bit off. See, it took a little, I don't know if you can catch that, but it made that a little flatter. And you need that to be flat. You need that to be real nice. All right, let's put it on. I don't usually worry about greasing this because there's plenty of leftover grease on the threads. I mean, it's almost impossible to put these cranks through here without getting some grease on the threads. I mean, they're covered in grease right now, so there's no reason to put grease on that. Okay, there we go. Peg goes in. There we go. And we'll pretend like we're loosening it, and it should go right on. There we go. Okay, so this is the first time this bike will be able to be pedaled in a long time. I don't know how long it was sitting, but with bearings like that, those cranks were not going to be like this. I'll tell you that much. All right, let's adjust this real quick so we can put the chain guard on and move on, because we got a couple more things to do before I can bring this in the house. All right, so let's adjust this. Yeah, loosen it up a little. Tighten this and see how it feels. Too tight. Okay. Loosen it up. Loosen the cone a little bit. The adjusting cone. The adjusting. It's not the cone. I guess it's the cone. Yeah. That's not too bad. A little looser. Let's try that. It's a finesse thing. Ah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, we'll put the final ump on that in just a second. We need the final ump technique. Good. See how we're using the chain guard, the kickstand? I'm using the kickstand. I'm using them. Good. Let's see how that feels. Not bad. Could be a little looser. I think I'm going to let it go for now. That's not too bad. Wonder if I should loosen that up a little. Now I'm using the kickstand to get this bolt back off. Okay, and now we're going to move this cone a little bit. I didn't quite like the way that tightened up and was tight, so we'll try it there. Now we're going to put that back around by the kickstand and use the kickstand once again. Yeah. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Very little back and forth play, and yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. I'm happy with that. All right, let's put the seat post clamp back on the correct way, because that's kind of bugging me. Idiots ruined a good seat post because they didn't realize that the seat post clamp has to be lower. And it's filled with mud also. Damn dirt daubing wasps. Okay, so now we'll put this on the correct way, which is an 1/8 inch down, folks. Okay? There has to show. Part of the frame has to show there. Okay? And we'll have to straighten this. I'm not putting this in right now because it's bent. But we got that back on for safekeeping. Now, you know what? Let's just keep rolling on this. The back brake is not working. And what do you do to back brakes that don't work? You take them off. Goodbye. Yeah, this is... I think this is gray still, yeah. Oh man, it's really tight in there. Yeah, somebody... And that's the white cable? I'm not sure. This looks original. Yeah, this looks original. We're going to use this piece for sure. We're going to reuse that, and we're going to reuse this in a Schwinn brake because this accepts the larger cable with the little ferrule piece. I'll show you in a second. We're going to reuse that. So let's take this non-Schwinn approved brake off, although it is correct size-wise. Actually, it's not. If you look at it, you can see the pad is way up towards the upper adjustment of the brake. So this was a tight squeeze. So whoever replaced this brake, they were at a bike shop or something. I don't know what happened, but this is pretty close to not working. So let's take this off. It is a Wyman brake. It is a good brake, but it's not a Schwinn approved. And I don't have any Schwinn approved script brakes. I just got the regular ones from the 70s, but at least they're Schwinn approved, and you know, they look right, kind of. All right, we'll leave one of these stayed in between this piece stayed in between the fender and the frame, and we're going to leave that there. Now would be a great time to take some steel wool and clean some of that bird poop up. We might do that. Yeah, let's do that. No, don't use steel wool. What the heck are you doing? Oh, steel wool is terrible for bikes. What are you doing? You're supposed to use chrome polish and a buffer and some oxalic acid, or get your buddy Fred to dip it. Yeah, now's a great time to clean around this because you got the brake off. All right, so let's put this back brake on. We've got one right here. It's a 2.8, Schwinn approved. Look at those chalky pads. We're not going to use those, don't worry. Okay, so one of these is still there, so we only need the one on the brake. So we're going to pop this back in. Good. And we need a washer. Oh, there's a washer stayed on there. Wow. It's so crunchy. Oh, there's a washer. Okay. Yeah, it didn't stay on there. So we got a washer and this little lock, which is still usable. And we will put this on just gently right now because we have to cable it and all that stuff. And we have to take these chalky pads off too. And I'm not going to use this piece, and I'll show you why in a minute. I switched this out. Even though that's schwinn, we're going to switch that out. We're going to switch it out. The reason I like to switch them out is because the schwinn piece will not accept this little ferrule protector for the cable housing unless you drill it out and weaken it, and I'm not into that. But these aftermarket ones will accept that on a cable. And I like to take that off and put it on here so it kind of looks more schwinny. Schwinn-like. So we'll save this for another bike that I'm not too worried about. We'll take this big honking bolt off of here, this nut. Fortunately, these usually are all the same thread. And we'll put this schwinn lock on the non-schwinn. Oops. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll put this on the non-schwinn. So the difference is the schwinn doesn't allow you to put this ferrule in here. The non-schwinn does. And they're pretty close, especially if you change this part. All right, let's put a little grease on this, or oil or something. We'll put a little oil on these threads. Good. And we'll put it in here. And Bob's your uncle. On first glance, that looks schwinn. You'd have to have a really fine eye to figure that out. And it will now accept this ferrule, which goes on the gray cable. Yes, sweet. All right, let's tighten this brake up. And then we'll ditch these gray pads, these chalky pads of doom. Well, actually, we could leave them on until we... No, we gotta ditch them. They gotta go. Okay, now we have a Schwinn-approved brake, which is correct. You see the adjustment there where the pad is right in the middle. So this bike took 2.8, Weinmann 2.8s, or Schwinn-approved. So that other brake was a bit on the odd adjustment. The pad was way up in there, way up to the top. And these are in the middle like they should be. So we're doing something right. That's good. You can tell we're doing something right. And these chalky devils from 1960 have to go bye-bye. Although we will save these acorns for the new ones if we use it. We'll take this other side off. Okay, I'm taking the other side off. And interesting thing about these brake pads, if you put them on the wrong way, sometimes the pad goes shooting off down the mountain. If you put this on this side, if you put this one without this holder on this side, and you're going down a steep hill, this little pad will go shooting out, and it's really fun. All right, let's take this crappy brake cable out of here. Oh, we did. Okay. Oh, this is hitting here. Let's pop this up a little bit. Okay. All right, let's put this back brake cable on real quick, and I think that'll probably call it. We're running out of time here. Here's the cable. Okay. Let's go over here and prep the cable, and then we'll run it through, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good out there. You know, some good things are happening somewhere. All right, let's get our made in Taiwan gray cable. We love it. It's great. Okay, we're gonna measure it. Now this cable that was on here appeared to be the right size and everything. So we're just gonna snip it and go from there. We're gonna poke this through. It looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks good. This side does not look good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna cut, well, we gotta get these two pieces off. we have to have these two pieces. And we have to have, I'd like to use this piece too. So if, hopefully this will just pull out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh. Okay, that's good. And this one, oh, this one's not, look at the dusty stuff coming out of there. Oh yeah, that's serviceable. Actually, you could have probably greased this and put a new cable housing on it, but why? I've got a brand new cable right here. And yeah, why is the question. I mean, you saw me do it to that 3-speed cable, but that's unobtainium. You can't get a 3-speed cable that's not a repair style. Well, you probably could somewhere. But, okay, and here's the deal here. This doesn't fit in here because this is schwinn. I could use this universal one, and it does fit. But it doesn't fit very well in the handle. So I'm going to take a sacrifice here and use the schwinn style on one piece of cable. And the other end will go into this little barrel that goes into the frame. And we will use this at the other end where the brake is. But for now, we've got this prepped, all right? So let's undo this new universal cable, which is like 90 feet long, and shove it in there with some grease and get extremely happy. Okay, we got that. All right. Okay, we're not putting any grease on it right now because we don't need any grease until here. We need grease from here to there. We don't need this part to be greasy. It's going to be under the frame of the bike. We don't need that greasy. Well, if you really want it greasy, you could, but there's no necessary reason for it. Okay, we're getting it. Don't worry. A dab will do ya. Okay, so we got this one. It's prepped. Feels like it's going through pretty good. And here's a trick too. You can put a little bit there and shove that through. And that way, it kind of gets where it needs to go. Like this whole piece is greased now in there. I said don't put it in the middle, but we only put a little on there. It's okay. All right, so that's ready. So now we're going to put this barrel on. That goes on the frame. Okay, one barrel's on. And it's the wrong way. Okay, putting the barrel on the correct way. Don't be a loser. Okay. All right, so that's the right way. See, it's going in there. All right, so we got that. That's prepped. That's ready to go. It's nice. It's gray. It's not the original schwinn gray, but it's the way it is. So let's go over here and see if this piece was correct, because they were noodling that around the wrong way. Whoever was doing this back brake thing, whoever stole the generator and the front fender and the light and crunched the seat post and stole the front brake and didn't grease the cranks, whoever did that was messing around with this brake. So let's just make sure before we cut a piece of housing. Where's the barrel? Shoot, I've lost the barrel. Dang it. Oh, there's one. Oh, did the barrel stay in there? No, it didn't. Well, let's just pretend this is a barrel. I think I lost the barrel. Dang. All right, so whoever did that messed up. It really should just go like this, behind here, and to there. And yes, this is the stock schwinn length. It could be a little, probably could be a little bit different. Maybe an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch shorter. All right, let's go cut a piece of this gray and slide everything through. Okay. I got another barrel because I already lost one. Okay, so there's the other barrel. All right, so let's cut a piece of gray. Come over here. Quit messing around. We got stuff to do. And we'll cut it about the same size, I think. That looked pretty good. Maybe a little shorter. And we'll pop this through. Make sure that's happening. I'm getting lucky today. These are turning out pretty good. Sometimes they just don't want to cut at all. Okay, there's the barrel. Got that. And let's slide it on here. Okay, and we're not going to prep this for grease yet because we don't know where the grease is going to be. And I really don't feel like wasting grease. Yeah, that's okay. All right, let's put the cable on and slip it through, and then we'll see where we're going to grease that back part. Should be fine. I know this video is getting a little long in the tooth. And I probably could have done this part in the house, actually. But we were here. And want to get it, you know, pretty close to being able to just change the tires and tubes in the next go around, you know. Yeah, okay. Always test it. See, I'm testing the lever right now, and it's pulling my hand. Always test it. Okay. Right, so let's put this in here. Oh, stop it. I need that assistant. So now we know that the grease needs to happen right here. We know that now. We'll just lay that right there for a second. You stay. Yeah, grease needs to happen from here to there. It doesn't need to be all over the dang cable, okay? We'll go past it a little bit and put some on here and then catch that in there. Okay, it's greased. It's way greased. That's more grease than the Schwinn ever did. I think they were pretty skimpy on their grease. I think they were, in the 70s, I think Schwinn was moving pretty darn quick. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go through here. And everything in the front fell off. That's okay. It's all right. I can see why people want to avoid that wheel, but this is correct. It comes out from this side. It doesn't go back the other way. Okay. All right, we're going to put that little ferrule on because we can. Yeah. Dude. All that. Remember, I changed that piece so I can use this. And it's the only spot I can really use it because it doesn't go in the front part. It just helps the cable housing stay together. And usually I don't crimp these, but this time for some reason, I think I will. Let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, we're gonna crimp it on there like we're supposed to, actually. There we go. A little crimp action. Oh, I know why I don't crimp them, because they don't fit very good in there once you do that. That's why. Okay. And we've got some oil on the threads of that adjuster already. Okay, that's correct. This is on. Let's put some pads on here that I might even use. Yeah, these pads came with this bike. And besides mud being packed in there, which we can clean real quick, they're not bad. And the problem is, when you buy pads today, they're so cheap. They're such crap. They're not, this piece isn't even aluminum, it's like just steel or really thin aluminum. And they barely even cramp it on there. And you have to re-crimp it, which kind of messes with things. And look, these are Weinmann. Yeah, these are Weinmann pads. I mean, they're old, but I am going to use them. There's very little wear on these. Whoever did the back brake at least replaced the pads before they stole all the parts off the bike. Okay, moving right along. And I'd like to use these other acorn nuts on these to make it look more schwinn-like. If we can do that and they work, I would like to do that. So we're going to take, we don't need this piece anymore because this is crimped. But I do like this chrome acorn and the washer. So we're going to take that and we're going to just ditch that. And we're going to put this on. We'll do this other side first. Yeah, that looks more Schwinn-like. Schwinny. Get all Schwinny on it. Okay, so where's that other one? Oh, there it is. Okay. And we'll take this one off. Same deal. We're going to take this black Weinmann Brev and put this Schwinn acorn nut on it because this is an open nut. There's really, you can use these and they're probably lighter, but the bike came with these acorn nuts for safety. They're here. They're here. It's good. Means your trousers aren't going to get caught on stuff, you know? It's a good thing. All right, let's put these ancient black Weinmann pads on because we can. This washer is a little bigger. I think I'll use the bigger washer. Yeah, okay. And then we'll get a 9/16 open end wrench or 1/2 inch or whatever grabs these. And we'll grab the pad and tighten the bejeebies out of it. Well, not the bejeebies. Here's something. Yeah, this will work. Let's see. Let's talk more work. Okay, so yeah, we're doing pretty good. What are we, like 45 minutes in? It's probably another long-winded video. I can only work so fast when I have to do the camera stuff too, folks. I'm getting pretty close to being able to offer a special subscription for special videos for people to subscribe for a few bucks a month. It's getting pretty close. I looked at it the other day and I was like, wow, I've got the subscribers already. I almost have 3,000 watch hours. You know, I'm not going to get paid for any ads yet. I think that threshold is 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, it's getting close. It's getting close to me being able to do this more, you know, and really making a run of it. Okay, let's grab it with this wrench like we were talking about. This helps it not spin. Now, I just realized this is loose right here, I think. Yeah, that's loose. There's a special wrench we got to get in there, a little tiny little spanner, but not right now. Let's put the cable on. All right, we'll get the arc tool. All right, we're getting there. We almost got back brakes. All right, let's thread this through. They really give you a long cable here. When they say universal, they mean universal cable. All right, good. Now we're going to make sure this is still here. That's still in there. Come here, camera. Quit being stupid. That is still in there. This one's still in there. You can't see it, but it is. That cable thing I worked so hard to get in is inside where it's supposed to go. This has a little bit of adjustment in case you do it too tight. And then we're going to put this little Park tool on here. And we're going to pull this, preferably with a pair of pliers. I think I'm going to make this a little more up because the rim is not the greatest true. And we can always tighten it back. All right, we're going to pull this cable. And we're going to double check once again. Is this still in? Yeah, that's still in there. Okay, that's still in there. That's still in there. That piece is still in there. This piece is still here. I'm going to pull it. And we're going to tighten it. Okay. I'm going to take our brake tool off. It's really embarrassing when you leave that on. And we're going to cut off that extra. There's nothing we can really do with it. It's not a true universal cable, and I'll tell you why in a second. Yeah, that's good enough for now. We'll put a little pokey thing on there so you don't poke your eyeball off. On a true universal cable, one end would be, I'm trying to find one here, give me a sec. Here we go. It would be one long cable, and one end would have this on it, and one end would have this mushroom 10-speed style. They would be on both ends. So if you really got lucky, you would have a little piece left over with a mushroom end that you could put on a 10-speed. If this end was on here, you could put that on a 10-speed, a small 10-speed. So in other words, a true universal cable would have two lead ends. They're hard to find nowadays. They got really cheap, and they don't want people to save money. They want you to spend money. All right, so what do we got here? Look, we got brakes. They're not centered very well. And we got to deal with this little adjustment nut because that's loose. See, that shouldn't be loose like that. We got to crank that in with a little skinny one and retighten that. We'll get to that. Don't worry. It's not going out unless it's right. And that's close. Let's center it. I'm losing my brain here. Okay, let's recenter this brake. It's off a little. Okay, there we go. All right, we now have a Schwinn approved 2.8 brake with new cable and gray housing and a little ferrule there, which is correct. Well, which is not correct, but which is nice to have. All right, we don't have a chain yet, so. Oh yeah, we got it. We got this. It's good. It's working well. Looking good. Yeah, not bad. All right, I don't think we have much time left today. You guys are getting bored. I do have a front brake and a handle. Let's put this handle on real quick. It was around here. Here it is. It's kind of rusty. I mean, the aluminum isn't great, and this piece is a bit rusty. But let's put this on, just for safekeeping. And while we're at it, I think we're going to take these grips off and run them through the washing machine, the dishwasher. You'd be surprised what parts you can put in a dishwasher. I might just hand scrub these I could run them through the dishwasher though. Let's hit that with some steel wool first. No, no steel wool. What are you doing? You're ruining the impeccable finish. What are you doing? All right. We'll put this handle on, tighten it up. I think we're going to call it. I'm getting tired. You guys are taxing me today. All right. Of course, this screwdriver is too big, I think. Yeah, we need to get a skinny one. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's a skinny one, but it's like 10 feet long. It'll work though. There is a tool for this. Park makes a tool for tightening these. This is not it. Okay, let's take the other grip off. And we'll scrub the living daylights out of these grips. I don't think I'm going to run them through the dishwasher. I have, but... Whoa! Dude! Oh, yeah, these are not going through the dishwasher. Okay, check this out, folks. It's Mud Wasp Central. Oh, yeah! I mean, that is just awesome! All right, let's fire up the compressor and we'll blow compressed air through there and shoot this crap across the shop. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be the grand finale. Let's get you in here. Okay. You guys are gonna love it. All right, this should be pretty fun. Let's get you down here. This is gonna be like an action shot, man. Yeah. Where's that camera assistant now? Little wimps. Where's that camera assistant now? I need you to stand right here. Okay, you guys ready? Alright, we're going to blow it back the other way too. I don't think anything is going to come out of the other way. Whoa! Whoa! I got to cover up these other bikes. Dude! My whole world is colliding. That was hardcore. Man, that was really hardcore. All right, let's blow it some more. I covered up the bikes with plastic. Wow, this is really getting exciting now, folks. Oh, there's stuff coming out of here too. Dang. What is going on here? Whoa! Wow. We're gonna have to run something through there, like a large coat hanger or something. Yeah, we're gonna have to run something through there. It's pretty gnarly. Yeah, we might have to, I'd hate to replace these bars. How bad is bad? Wow. We'll have to get a long coat hanger or something and run it through. Something that'll bend a little easier than the spoke. Wow, that's a rough one, man. Let's give it a whack. All right, one more time and then the fun's over. All right, you guys ready? Oh, yeah! That never gets old. Wow. All right, I guess that's about as much as I can deal with right now. We got to get some coat hanger or something and run it through there. Wow, that stuff went everywhere. Man, little bits of dead wasps. Anyway, this is what you run into. You know, bikes that have been in the elements for years. So I did notice this too. This is what's left of the reflector. And it's taken a pretty big hit right here. So we're going to have to kind of deal with that somehow. The rivet is just about to come loose. Somebody's got some reflective tape here. That's got to go. I am going to leave this bike sticker because that's cool. But we did pretty good today. We now have brakes. And we have cranks. And we could even put the chain guard on. But I'm going to wait on that until I figure out if I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to... I mean, why not? Put some low gears on it. And then you have to use a different chain. You have to lengthen that chain. Yeah, from what I understand, I've been riding 3 speeds in the mountains a lot. And you shouldn't really do that. But when you're in the off-road, gentle off-roading, you just need something a little bigger. And this doesn't cut it. You're standing up in first a lot. You don't want to stand up on a 3-speed. You never want to stand up and pedal because this could slip. If you're standing up and that slips from second to third or something, it's all over. Don't ask me how I know. Anyway, so you put this gear on, and then you have to lengthen the chain, and then it gets pretty close to the chain guard too, but I've done it on a lot of travelers. I did it on this one. It gets a little close to the chain guard, and there's one of these gears in action. And I like the way that is stock up front, but you still got the low in the back, and you don't have to stand up in first and second. You've got that low gear in the back. And like I said earlier, you don't want to stand up in second gear on a 3-speed. In fact, the only gear you want to stand up in is third. And then why? Because it's so high, you're going to be sitting down on the seat. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this, and this will be the last video before we go in and bring all these in. This, like I said, this is not the stuff you want to do in your living room. You know, that would be blowing that stuff through the living room, all that rust and dead bugs. Yeah, there'd be a hitman looking for me. Okay. Have a good day. Think good thoughts. It's all going to be good, folks. Just look at that. We've done quite well here today. It's the Schwinn Traveler Bonanza. All right. Peace out, man.